In this episode of the podcast, I want to talk about being sponsored by God. You heard what I said, being sponsored by God. I'm going to take a sip of my tea and then expand. Always good to have a nice cup of tea, herbal tea, to fuel the soul. I hope you have something that's nourishing you, that you're drinking or eating right now. So I was thinking about this idea of God recently, as you do. And this whole idea of being sponsored by God, that we have the ability to co-create and to manifest a reality that we choose through our thoughts, through what we focus on. And in that way, we came here, our soul came here ready, with gifts, with abilities to serve and to create and to expand the universe in our own unique way. We don't need brand sponsorships. We don't need external approval to tell us that our work is good enough, that our voice is good enough, that what you do is good enough. You came here good enough. You came here prepared for this journey. And you have the best sponsorship of all. You're sponsored by God. You're sponsored by God. So who else's approval do you need? And God is not a person. It's not someone sitting upstairs. Not in my view, not in my world. It's not someone sitting upstairs or a devil in hell. Heaven and hell are states of being. Heaven and hell are states of being. God is a vibration. God is a vibration. When you tune into that vibration of creativity, of flow, of expansion, of joy, of love, that's God mode. You're in God mode. Because you've now stepped in to your ability, you've now stepped in to your role as a powerful creator. You're owning it. And that's when you reach God vibration, God mode. In my experience, that's what it is. Because we have the ability to reproduce a human being. At the most simplest level, biologically reproducing. You're able to reproduce. We have the ability to reproduce one of the most sophisticated technologies on this planet, a human being. That's one way, right? Biologically, but we can also mentally co-create with the universe. The universe is just an extension of us. And so how do we do that? We do that through our focus, our energy, through thoughts. We think about something enough, then we take action on it. And then all of a sudden, it's come into reality. Look at everything around you right now. This microphone that I've got around me, so this microphone, the phone that I'm holding, the mug that I've got, the tea, the laptop, the computer screen, all of it was created by someone on this planet at some point. They thought about it and then they took action. Other people may have come into their reality to help them co-create, because really we're all just one, right? So it's like fingers on the same hand, different fingers on the same hand. All of us are like different fingers on the same hand, the hand being the collective consciousness, the collective unity of our energy. But we all express it differently. One is the thumb, one is the pinky, one's the middle finger, one is the first finger and the fourth finger, and you get the point, right? And so the message that I'm really trying to drive home here is you're already good enough because you're sponsored by God. You came here prepared to live a wonderful life with all of the tools that you need internally. You're beautiful by the very fact that your spirit incarnated here to serve and to create and to expand and to have fun. And that's beautiful. And that's enough. You don't have to measure up in any other way because you have the spirit of the Creator flowing through you. You have that. So I want to read a poem to you from my book, Searching in Silence. that expresses this amazingly. And I feel like this came through to me, as most of this writing did. This came through to me at a time when I wanted to understand God in a different way, you know? Page 34. The boy sat quietly on his bed one evening and reflected on the concept of God. It seemed everyone thought of God as a man sitting in a room upstairs in the sky watching over us at all times from birth to death. And then we either go to meet him or we go to meet his enemy, the devil. But the boy felt this idea was rather odd. If there was a man in the sky, why could no one see him? And why is he called him and not her? Then a thought entered his heart. What if God wasn't a person after all, but an experience inside each of us? A great feeling of joy gushed into his veins as he tasted a glimpse of who he really was. That small shift. What if God isn't a person but an experience, a state of being, God mode? So I'll leave you with that as a thought for today. I love you, I'm sending you blessings, and I so appreciate you listening to this.